What's up, y'all? Goblin Ringleader here, and I just wanted to take some time. I'm stuck in the car for a little while. I kind of want to do like a Morrow's drive to work style thing, where I just have the phone on the dash and I'm driving and talking about Magic. So today we played at the Legacy 1K, and a lot of people would ask me, Jack, why would you concede every round? And yes, it's because of drums, and yes, it's because I don't really have the time to stay for the top 8. And you know, if I'm not going to be able to make it in, then there's really no reason to try and take somebody else's chance at winning. You know, some people drove really far and worked really hard to get to this event, and you know, I don't prioritize winning as the most important thing, and I don't mind taking a couple losses. I think that the more important thing is that you take time to connect with your opponent, you know, even if it's competitive REL, even if you're trying to make some money. A lot of people look at competitive Magic as a way to make money because they're smart, and that can be very frustrating if you're not yielding the kind of returns that you think your investment should make. And so I just want to call on like the Magic community in general to try and, you know, get away from that as a mindset that's encouraged or, you know, rewarded, because ultimately, you know, playing the game is only half of it. It's the person sitting across from you that's a big part of why we have the amazing community that we do. The reason that you may be a super smart Magic player is because you've had awesome people in your community teach you things over time. You know, I'm not a good Legacy player, but I'm lucky enough to interact with a lot of very gifted individuals who know the format well and are able to instill upon me the lessons that they've learned from countless games, countless losses. And so I think that it's really important to, you know, not look at the game as something that's, you know, all us, all somebody else. I feel like it's very polarizing when you look at the game like that. It's also very exhausting. You put all the pressure on yourself to win. You put all the pressure on yourself to do everything right. Instead of just, you know, letting the cards fall, playing them correctly, yes. Trying to play them to the best of your ability, yes. However, that's not always good enough. Sometimes your opponent just draws well and you draw poorly. And you know, in the 60 card deck that you play, sometimes you cannot control those factors, and it's more enjoyable if you're already having fun with your opponent, if you're already talking about the format that you love, the cards that you love, why you're playing the cards that you love. All of these facts make the game so much more than just 20 life points and a winner and a loser. The gathering, being able to sit there and talk to somebody. How often in your day-to-day are you able to sit down to somebody and have the opportunity, it's not always there, but have the opportunity to ask somebody how their day is going, learn about somebody else's day, gain some empathy, gain some understanding about your fellow human, your fellow Magic player. So I just wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the ability that all of us have to try and influence each other to, you know, be positive and enjoy the game that we love so much. And in that encouragement, you know, the losses are easier, the hard times come, but they also go, and we don't have to hold on to the desire to win, the need to prize. You know, those things are good aspirations if you're a very skilled Magic player and you're able to make a living off of it. That's amazing. A lot of us are inspired by pros. A lot of us are inspired to be like pros. And so the ability to... Sorry, I'm driving past a horrible accident. I hope everybody's okay. I send you all good vibes. That's insane. There's 3 cars rolled over in the ditch right next to each other. The ability for us to be able to stay emotionally sound, whether we win or we lose, that will allow our Magic career to prosper. That will allow us, if we are trying to be professional in this game and make a name for ourselves, that will allow us to prosper much more than trying to fight for those wins, trying to cut whatever we need, cut whatever corners or whatever niceties we make out of our game to try to make it a easier win, when in reality, one easy win equals 2 horrible losses, right? For every time that you make every decision correctly and you stick a win to your opponent, but you have that mindset of criticality and trying to focus on winning above the human aspect of playing the game and enjoying the resolution of a well-played game, then afterwards, if you lose 2 in a row, you're going to feel very down on yourself, you're going to feel very discouraged, and you're going to be mad at yourself, when in reality it's not your fault. When in reality it's not how the game is meant to be played. The stakes that we place upon the game are all mental. Everything we add, besides the cards, everything that is not on the cards is all in our head. And it's up to us to try to control ourselves and our emotions to make sure that we can play the cards to the best of our abilities. Don't let ourselves get dragged down. Don't let the negativity infect our mood, because the negativity is infectious. One person, we've all seen this store where someone comes in and they play well, but they don't have a positive attitude, and so it makes the whole experience a little worse. Then somebody else doesn't want to lose to that person, so they become very serious, and then everybody becomes very serious, and everybody gets exhausted, and then the store kind of drifts apart. And that's no individual fault of anybody's. That's on the collective gathering, the group, to try to stay mentally focused on the enjoyment of the game above anything else. These trivial gains that we're fighting for are not more important than our enjoyment as a group, as our empathy. And call me a Timmy, or call me a whatever the name is in Magic, when you just care about the people and you care about the interaction. But I think that, in my experience, when I try to win and I focus on that, the losses are heavier. But when I don't focus on the winning, when I focus on the people and I ask the person how their day is going, and I at least try to make that genuine connection, take that moment of empathy, the entire game becomes much more interesting. They're more likely to talk during the game. You feel more relaxed to make a joke during the game. And, even if the games that we play make us smile once, how often do we get to smile? How often do we feel that happy? And so I just wanted to take this time to talk about that. That's some Magic philosophy, some Magic psychology. I would have gone 0-4 or 4-0 today, but I chose to go 0-4 because I had to make it back for my drum lesson, yes, but also because, I feel like it's more about a respect thing than anything else. We have to respect our opponents. We have to respect who we're playing with. If you have something that you have to do later in the day, but you want to play that tournament, don't take those wins away from somebody else and potentially take their chance of getting top 8 away from them. Instead, try your best to have the best games that you can, so you can gain experience and enjoyment. And then at the end, if you don't have a reason to stay or the ability to stay for the top 8, give those games to your opponent. It'll make their day. If you play a good game, if you're nice, you're not trying to be, you're not trying to card shark them, and then at the end, after winning, you give them the game, there's just so much good energy there, and the game needs more good energy. So many of us are focused on the winning and the punitive aspect of the game, when, in my experience, the best part about Magic is when you get to learn from somebody who's been in your shoes just a little bit longer, and they take the time to open up and teach you. And that's how I've gotten better. That's how all the people that I know have gotten better. I guarantee you that's how you've gotten better. And so that friendly energy, that sharing of information, that's only possible because of the gathering, the collective understanding and respect that we are all trying to play this game to the best of our ability. And we're not trying to always win. We're just trying to enjoy the game. And so this has been my drive home. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll be back soon with a live. Been posting a lot of shorts. I see you guys have been interacting with the shorts. That means a lot to me. And good vibes.